story begins, we see that there are two people. One is advocate Sergi and another one is Lashkov, who was a beggar. Now, as the name itself says, advocate, so Sergi was advocate. He was a lawyer, and he was talking about his personality. He was very kind and very generous and a very helpful person. Now, one day what happened, Sergi, while he was walking on a road, he came across a poor beggar. So beggar was in a very shabby clothes, and he was just begging and asking for some money. He asked for some money from Sergi. Now, when he asked for money, he also told a thing that he needed money because he wanted to travel to Kalunga, and he had an offer or a position over there. So as there is an offer and a position over there where he has to apply for job, so that's why Lashkov has to travel to this place called Kalunga, and as he's having no money, so that's why he's asking for money from Sergi. Now, he also claimed that he was a school teacher. Lashkov also said that he was a school teacher who was thrown out of school because of some conspiracy in his department. So that's why, as he has left with no job, and he was not having any money, so that's why he started begging in order to feed himself, in order to earn money, and in order to satisfy his hunger. Now, as he was telling the story, Sergi thought that there was something fishy in it, and Sergi also recalled that maybe he has seen the person somewhere, seen the beggar somewhere. After putting some stress on his mind, he recalled that it was the same beggar who said that he was a student the other day. So before also, this Lashkov has met Sergi, and Sergi has given some money to Lashkov when he narrated the story that he was a student and was expelled from the school. Expelled from the school because of some reasons, and that's why Sergi, out of pity, he has given money to this person. Now, as Sergi was a lawyer, and he did not like behavior of Lashkov or beggar, because he was always fooling the person, making different stories. Now, this is also something which happens in day-to-day life, something which is very common. Not every beggar is poor. Not every beggar is in need of money. Not every beggar need to beg. There are people who should actually not even beg. They could do a better job. That is, they could work hard and earn money. Right? So this is the problem with the country also, that most of the beggars, they just pretend to do something, like they pretend to be handicapped, and then they earn money from there. So what they do, they just cook up different stories in order to gain pity of the people and earn money. यही तो करते हैं beggar. Beggar ऐसे तरस, they tell you a situation where people would actually show pity. वो तरस खा लेंगे, and that's why they would give money to these beggars. Now, lawyer who knew that how beggars, they fool around the people, so he threatened Lashkov that if he would not stop this lying part, then he is going to hand him over to police. Now, Lashkov, he broke down. He was not a very fine person who could do a lot of robbery and who was very confident in it. So he broke down and he admitted this mistake. He admitted that yes, he was guilty, and he also admitted that he was being lying in order to get some money. At that point, he told the real story. Now, again, we do not know that this was real story or it was another cooked up story by Lashkov, because it is not mentioned in the chapter. So we would consider that maybe it was a real story. So his story behind why he started begging was that because he used to sing in Russian choir. Choir is like where group of people, they come together and start singing. So that is your choir. So he said that he used to sing in choir and was fired because of his drinking habit. So he used to drink a lot. Lashkov had a very bad habit, that was drinking. So he used to drink a lot. Even while he used to sing, he used to drink and sing. So that's why the head of there did not like the behavior, and he was fired from the choir. And as he was left with no other job and his drinking habit was not giving him any job, so that's why he was left with no other option than to beg. Now, then what happened? Sergi asked him if he would leave begging and would do a little work for him. That Sergi would pay him for whatever the work would be given, and Lashkov has to leave this begging and should actually work hard in order to get a respectable life. To which Lashkov agreed that he is ready to work for him, and then Sergi said the work was to chop the wood for him. So basically, he has to chop. Chop means cut. He has to cut cut wood for whom? For Sergey. To which Lushkov agreed that he is ready to work with him. Now what happens? Sergey takes Lushkov to his home, and then he asks Olga. So Olga is a new character over here. She was a cook of Sergey. Okay, so Olga was basically cook of Sergey. So Sergey asked her to take this man Lushkov to the woodshed and show him that how he is supposed to chop the wood. So Olga followed the instruction and she took him over there. She took Lushkov to the woodshed where he was supposed to chop the wood. Now Lushkov, who was otherwise a very fit person, he has become very weak, first of all because of his poor drinking habit. So because of drinking, his body is not having a lot of energy and could not actually do a lot of labor work. Secondly, because of his poor diet, as a beggar he was not getting a lot of money to eat, and because of his diet he was not able to work, especially do the labor work. So that's why his body was weak and it was very hard for him to chop the wood. Secondly, because of winters also. At that time it was winter season that was going on, and it was too cold weather to chop in the woodshed. So that's why he used to shiver a lot. He used to shiver a lot while chopping the wood. Now Sergey, who used to look at everything from his house, used to feel very bad that he is making a sick man do such a hard work. He used to feel bad about it, that why he is making such a man do such hard work. But he realized that it's better than begging anyways, that he would actually learn that drinking is a bad habit and maybe he would actually transform. That's why Sergey gave him this work. So understood one very important character of Sergey over here. Sergey was a very kind and generous man. He did not like the behavior of beggar, that why this person who is capable of doing a lot of things in life, he is just working as a beggar. That's why he not only offered him a job but also offered him a new life where this person Lushkov could actually change and become a better person. Now he was given half a ruble for his work. So Lushkov was given half a ruble for the work he used to do. Now ruble is what? Ruble is basically a Russian currency, you can say, the minimalist Russian currency. As like in India it is paisa, so over there it is ruble. So 1 ruble is approximately equal to 0.97 paisa, or you can say just 1 rupee, nearly equal to that. So he used to just get half a ruble for the work. It was very low amount, but for him it was fine because at least he had some work to do. So eventually he came once in a week to do the work. So he started working for him like full-time work, and he would come every other day, and then he started coming once a month depending upon the work he had. So he used to come like that. Now soon it happened that Lushkov became very sober and courteous fellow. So earlier we see that he used to drink a lot, but now his habit has actually changed. There was a transformation in Lushkov, which was a very good thing. And earlier, as he used to drink a lot, he became sober. Sober is the person who is actually fit and fine, who is not actually drinking. A normal person, you can say, जो बिल्कुल भी drink नहीं कर रहा है, that is sober person. And courteous is somebody who is very gentle and very kind, you can say. So he became that kind of fellow and was employed by Sergey for any other work. So Sergey realized that now Lushkov, as he is improving and he has become a gentleman, so he need to given a better work, and that was of packing. And as Sergey was supposed to move to his new house, so that's why he gave Lushkov a new work, that was of packing the stuff. So he started packing the furniture and all the stuff of Sergey, and that's how he was even paid for it. Now, seeing the dedication of Lushkov, Sergey thought that he should offer him a better job, that Lushkov is not fit anymore to do the hard work of labor especially. So he wanted to offer him a better job so that Lushkov could also earn a good money and could actually get a very respectable job. So he asked Lushkov if he could read and write. So to which Lushkov replied that yes, he could easily read and write and could actually copy the stuff. It is easy for him to copy it instead of writing his own lines and his own words, it would be hard work, but he can easily copy the stuff. So that's how Sergey, he wrote a letter to one of his friend who was in need of a copywriter. So he asked his friend that he wrote a letter to his friend and gave it to Lushkov and said that you can go to this and this address and hand this letter to this person, and then there you will find a job. And the job would be that he has to do some copy work. Basically, he would be given some notes. He has to just copy the notes over there, which was a very easy job and a very something that Lushkov could easily do. So Lushkov did so and never returned back to Sergey's place. So he took the orders of Sergey and he started working at this particular place where he used to write down, he used to copy the work, and that's why he got so busy with that work, he never returned to Sergey's place because he was occupied and he realized that Sergey is not having any work for him. Moreover, first of all, you need to understand that Sergey, when he used to ask Lushkov to chop the woods, it was not a real job that he required to do. It was never a job. Sergey only asked Lushkov to chop the woods because he wanted Lushkov to work hard and understand the value of money. अब वैल्यू ऑफ मनी कौन समझेगा? जो खुद अर्न कर रहा है विद लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क, दैट पर्सन विल ओनली अंडरस्टैंड वैल्यू ऑफ मनी. अ पर्सन हु इज गेटिंग एवरीथिंग वेरी इजीली विल नेवर अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, अब एक बेगर है, वो कभी नहीं समझेगा बिकॉज ही इज इन अ हैबिट ऑफ बेगिंग. उसको हार्ड वर्क आता ही नहीं है, उसको काम करना आता ही नहीं है. That's why Sergey wanted Lushkov to learn that it's very hard to earn money by working, by doing some work and then being paid. And that's how he wanted to change and bring transformation in Lushkov. So after 2 years, Sergey happened to meet Lushkov. So he saw Lushkov at a ticket counter of a theater. At a ticket counter of a theater, he happened to see Lushkov. First of all, it was Lushkov was actually paying for a seat. So first of all, it was very hard for Sergey to recognize Lushkov. He was very dicey if the person is Lushkov only, because Lushkov was very well dressed and he looked like a very sophisticated man. Very gentle, very sophisticated, all dressed up. Like a proper man he was looking. If somebody would see, nobody could ever imagine that he was once a beggar. So what happened? Lushkov was wearing coat collar. So this is your coat collar. It had collar over there and a curly fur. So he had fur. Fur is something that is very expensive and that is something royal people wear. So he knew that he is wearing fur. It was something very expensive, and he also wore a sealskin cap, which clearly shows that Lushkov was earning a little well now. That's why he was able to afford such good clothes for himself. Now he was well groomed. It's not just his clothes, but his hair, his face, his nails, everything was perfect. He was well groomed. He looked very neat and clean and looked sophisticated. As I told you, sophisticated is somebody who looks very like on the point, you can say. So he was now working as a notary and was paid 35 rubles a month. So earlier he happened to earn what? 50 rubles, and that too not like sometimes he would earn, sometimes he would not earn for a month. And now he was being paid very well. That was 35 rubles a month. That's why he was able to lead a comfortable life for himself. So as Sergey was very happy looking at this transformation, he went to him and said, he first of all said that I am very happy to see him because moreover Sergey felt happy because he was the one who showed right path to Lushkov. So that's why he went to him and said that I'm very happy for you. Moreover, I'm happy for myself who brought this whole change in you. That at least I've done one good work in my life, that is to bring this change in you. So Lushkov, he thanked Sergey for his kindness, and he said that I'm really grateful to the person like you who has changed. He added that there is another person he is actually grateful to. So he said that Sergey, obviously he helped him a lot, but there is another person he is more grateful to, and that person was none other than Olga. So remember, Olga was the cook of Sergey who used to show work to this Lushkov. So he said that it is because of her compassionate nature. So she was very compassionate, very helping person, and he further revealed that she was the one who used to chop woods for him and gave money to him. So see how compassionate and how helpful Olga was. So Sergei Lashkov, as his body was so weak, he was not able to chop the woods. So who used to do the chopping work was Olga. Olga used to do the work of this person Lashkov, and when it came to payment, she never kept money. On the other hand, she gave money to Lashkov. So it was her behavior, her kindness that transformed Lashkov and not Sergei's help. If it would be Sergei's help, Lashkov would have easily left the job in the beginning only. अगर उसको Sergei कहते कि woods cut करो, chop करो, and if Olga was not there to help, Lashkov ने तो बहुत जल्दी give up कर देना था, because his body never allowed him to do the work. He would have given up easily. It was because of Olga. Olga, she did his work and gave money to him. It was her kindness. See how kind she was, that she met this person for the very first time and she helped him out. So that's why it was kindness of Olga that completely changed him. Although she would often scold him, Olga would actually abuse him a lot, scold him a lot. Continuously she would use all the bad words for him, that why you are not doing, you are such a drunkard, you are not good at all. Every time she would just keep on saying something, but she would also have pity on him. But wo usko hamesha, she would always show pity on him, that this person needs a help, and she was always there to help the person. And then Sergei also revealed that he never chopped a single wood for him. It was all done by Olga. Lashkov never even chopped a single wood. So who chopped the wood was actually Olga and not him. And it was her kindness that completely transformed it. It was a kindness of Olga which actually transformed this man Lashkov, and not of Sergei. So he says that no doubt that Sergei was very helpful person and Sergei has given him job, offered him a job, but it was Olga who brought real change in Lashkov.